So welcome to one and all. We are here yet again with another interesting session for all of you. Thanks for joining us. We have tried covering or at least comprehending all aspects of fashion industry. All the credit behind the success of our fashion symposium goes to you all other attendees. Thank you so much for following the saga that we are continuing, the plenary. Thank you so much. Rules remain same. Type in your questions in question answer box right at the bottom of the screen, and we'll be taking up the queries at the end of the session. In the panel, we have our director, sir, Dr. H.L. Vijayakumar, my tech team, Ms. Divya and Ms. Srimukha. And I would also like to thank our radio partners for today, Fever 104 and 94.3 Radio 1. Thank you so much. Now, without much ado, let me present to you Mr. Stephin Lalan. Oh, welcome, Stephin.
Thank you. Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Stephin, I'll just take 2 more minutes. Stephin is a young and exuberant Dubai fashion designer based in Chennai. His eponymous label for the contemporary Indian offers an eclectic range of couture and prêt-à-wear for both men and women. Stephin's designs are young, vibrant, and modern with a focus on fine detailing that celebrates India's craftsmanship in contemporary styles. His garments have been chosen by several celebrities, including Lakshmi Priya Prakash Warrior, Anju Kurian, Uma Riaz, Shweta Menon, oh my, many more. So,
India, in Chennai, we did this in India. So to start with, first I'm going to read out a disclaimer. Okay, I'm not able to see the side of the screen. I think I got to move.
Okay, just click on the small screen, it gets bigger. It's visible to us, pretty much.
Greatly visible.
So I'm going to start with the disclaimer. So virtual fashion and fashion shows are becoming a part of our world. Different people are going to do different things based on who they are, who they know, their fashion aesthetics, budgets, and the clientele. There'll be something to learn from each and every one of them. This is how I did it. All right. So the first most important thing behind this virtual fashion show is about the thought process of about how we came up about the idea of doing a virtual fashion show. So as you all know, Corona is all over the place, and it has brought a massive change to all the industries, and because of that, there has been a lockdown in our country, and because of that, all the stores have been closed. No events have been happening, no sales have been happening, marriages, engagements, sangeet, all of this have been postponed, and people are not willing to step out because they're all scared of getting the virus. And fashion brands like us, we need to be in the spotlight, because every day we put out posts on Instagram or Facebook saying that this is the product that we have made today, this is what is different from the other brands. So we always draw attention to our brand, saying please come buy this because this is what we're doing different from the other brand. Now none of this is happening because people are not stepping out, people are not seeing what we are doing. So at the same time, we were thinking of how to bring in some revenue, draw spotlight to brands, and do all this while cutting costs as well. So definitely a lot of research went into this, going online, reading new articles about fashion, what's happening. And it was a time for us to rethink and reevaluate what we were doing as a brand. I mean, should we move into sustainable fashion? And also on the internet, I did read about a lot of brands that were going green and moving online. So people, they started to source locally. They didn't, they want to, employ people, karigars and tailors from within the state, give more employment. So all of these things we were thinking. And as a brand, I also want to know what kind of product that I want to put out in the next season that people would want to buy, because people nowadays are relating to brands that are going green, that is less. That is sustainable fashion, that is less wastage or no wastage kind of fashion. So with a lot of thinking, the process, I did see a few videos on YouTube, and I happened to see this virtual fashion show that was on YouTube. So this show was a show that was held in Milan, and a lot of big designers like Dior, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, all of them were a part of this, and they all had a big video bite with this video with all famous models walking down in their own houses, wearing their own garments. So this video was, it's a 30-minute video, and I saw this, and that's when the idea of doing a virtual fashion show came into my mind. I was thinking about how can we bring this about in our country with our girls. With the difference that I wanted to make is I wanted to use my outfits, do a designer collection, where in which the models are all wearing clothes from a same collection, than actually wearing their own outfits, and do a cohesive show. That is how the whole idea behind doing a virtual fashion show had come about. So the next thing that I'm going to discuss is about the execution of the show. So now Bohemian Caskets is my spring-summer 2020 collection, which is inspired by the freedom of thought, spirit, and action. It is all about being comfortable in your own skin, and the clothes are free-flowing. They are very easy and comfortable, and they glide with every move of yours. They are effortlessly stylish in cut and shape. And as you can see in this image, we've used like solid jewel tones. And throughout the collection, we've done a lot of color blocking. We've mixed pastels. We've gone like crazy with the colors. So the whole collection is about this. So luckily for me, I had about 20 pieces, a capsule line from the same collection that was supposed to be shipped to Mumbai. And right then the lockdown had happened, and I was also thinking of doing a show right before it was sent. So I was thinking, why not use these clothes and do a show? And it was, as I said, it was just lucky for me that I had these clothes, because there was no way I would have been able to get my tailors to make a new piece, because everything was closed over here. So the next step for doing a show, what I wanted was, get accessories. And a very dear friend of mine, Raji Anand, who makes exclusive reconstructed jewelry, who I've worked with in the past. I got in touch with her. I told her, I shared the concept with her, and she was really thrilled to be a part of this. And of course, we did need a stylist as well, because these are the most essential things when you're doing a show, because it's not just about the clothes, it's about the whole look, everything put together. So we did need a stylist to kind of pair the outfit with the jewelry and all of that. So we did get Sunil Karthik, who is also a very dear friend of mine, and is a stylist in down south as well, to be a part of this whole show. And then the next most crucial thing that we had was to select the models. Now we had to ensure that the models that we were selecting is hair and makeup. So we had to ensure that they knew how to do their hair and makeup. They knew how to do their video blogging, and they knew how to walk well. Because the thing is, everything is going to be monitored by the three of us, through phones, through calls, and through video calls. And there's no way we were going to see any of these girls, because we were in a lockdown and we had to keep social distancing in mind. So all of this had to happen, and we had to pick up girls who knew what they were doing, because then it would be much easier for us to execute the whole process. Then coming to budget. Now, in regards to us, we did keep a very minimal budget in mind, because as I said, we were trying to cut costs and all of that. So we decided that we will do the editing by ourselves. The only costs that were involved were just sending the garments to the model's house and taking them back. So, but what I would suggest is that over here, you can also work on a larger budget. Like for example, if one of the students or one of you all want to do a show with a much larger budget, there are much more varied options for you guys, because you guys can hire a video person to go shoot the videos. You can get them to edit the videos. You can make it look much more professional. So all of this can be achieved with a larger budget as well. And now with all of this, the most important thing that we kept in mind is that social distancing. We didn't meet any of the models. Everything was arranged some way or the other, but we couldn't meet anyone, or even within the core team, me, Raji, and Sunil, we ourselves couldn't meet to sit down and discuss, to take points in mind, and to achieve, to complete the thought process. Now, next I would like to discuss is the steps and challenges that we had taken to do the show. So the first most thing was communication and the inner circle communication. Now, the inner circle being me, Raji, and Sunil. Now, three of us are all from creative spaces. And the thing is, all of us have different ideas. Like for me, my garment needs to look like this. I would, wear it like this. I would have the hair like this. So all three of us have like three different ideas as to how we need to, bring this look out about. And we did, make a WhatsApp group for three of us, and we did discuss a lot about, how each and every aspect of the show, because here is just three of us discussing, and the output that needs to come out needs to keep all three of us happy. So first, the most important thing is we all three of us got onto the same page. Of course, there were difference of opinions, but at a point we let go, and we did come into the same line as all three. And the next thing was models. Now, the thing is, we selected 12 girls, and we did make another group with these 12 girls as well. And we had to brief them about the whole thing. Now, just like us, the thing is, this is a first of its kind experience, and none of us knew how this is going to be, what is going to be the output. I mean, we've just seen this YouTube video. Of course, I shared it to all the girls as a reference, but we don't know how it's going to look out, how everything is going to end up. So everyone was new to this idea, which means that we had to explain this process to each and every person involved, and they all need to be on the same page as we are to, get something that is unique. Selecting 15 people was difficult, but because of WhatsApp, video calls, and all of that, it was pretty easy for us. Now, coming to outfits. So as I said, my outfits are all cut on the bias, and fit-wise, they are flattering on any body type. So fit wasn't much of an issue for us with my clothes. But then to other designers out there, if they were going to do, say, for example, a sari and a blouse, or example, a gown, it would be difficult for them, because there's always going to be that fitting issue where you got to maybe tighten a little bit or loosen a little bit, or the length is too much. There's always going to be that kind of an issue. So we didn't have any of those issues, because luckily for me, my clothes are all very flattering, and they're free falling, and they fall really well. Now, going to the next point is accessories. So again, Raji Anand has these stunning reconstructed pieces, as you can see in the image over here. So most of her pieces are made on order, and whatever she makes sells like hotcakes. So she did have a few pieces with her, but she did also have to make a couple of pieces for us, and she did them overnight. And the next point is styling. Now, with styling, the biggest challenge we had here was to pair the outfit with the model and the accessory. Now, the thing is, see guys, when we are doing a fashion show, all the models are in the same space. The choreographer is going to be there, the designer is going to be there, every person involved in doing the show is going to be there at the fashion show event place a day or two before, to do rehearsals, to see where everyone is going to enter, exit. And at that point, even the clothes are at the fashion event place as well. And what we do is we kind of line up the girls, and then we decide which girl is going to go first, and all of that is decided then and there. And the designer and the stylist kind of hands over the garments to girls, and say, this is going to work on you. And once the girls jump into the garments, we also still figure out, if this is how we want. We always can get them to switch their garments. All this happens in a fashion show. But here, the limitation is that we are not meeting anyone, and we wanted to do this like really quick, and we can't send out clothes and then take them back from the girls and say it's not working and all that. So it was a real crucial process to select which outfit is going to go on which girl, depending on their height. And of course, we know these girls, we've worked with them in the past, we kind of have an idea of their height, but still there's always going to be that little difference that is going to make a huge impact on the whole outcome. So that was a very crucial thing, to pair outfits with jewelry. So once that was done by our stylist and our team, we did pack them. Delivery was the next thing. We did pack all the outfits neatly in each covers, labeled the accessories with earrings, finger rings, neck pieces, all of that. And we did send them through Dunzo, Genie, and other apps throughout Chennai. And again, it wasn't an easy thing, because sending out 12 pieces to 12 girls who live in 12 different places is a lot of coordination, and it all was done from one place, because it all had to be arranged and packed at one place and sent to everyone. So it was quite a pain, but I think it is totally worth the pain. Now going to the next step, what the models had to face. So once the models have received the garments, they steam press the garments, and the next challenge that we had was footwear. Now the thing is, most of the girls had stunning pairs of heels and stilettos with them at their homes, and they did share images of them in the group, and we had to pair them up. We had to see that which footwear went the best with our clothes. And now coming to hair and makeup, we did decide we'll do a very simple and chic hairstyle, because every girl should be able to do this in their homes, because there was going to be no makeup artist involved in doing this. So we decided we'll do a completely compact hair with like basic makeup with a little bit of contouring and smoky eyes. This is a kind of a makeup, very doable kind of makeup that we gave all the girls, so it's easy for them to do as well. Now coming to the location, which is also very important, we had to tell the girls to pick up a location that was that had ample lighting, because the thing with these clothes is that if it's going to be shot in a dark spot where you can't see the garment, it is not going to look nice. It's going to look very shabby. So we had to ensure that the location that we selected were lit really well. Apart from that, some girls said that they would like to shoot within their homes. They didn't want to step out. Now with that, again, the issue is that in your houses, see, there is like a lot of furniture. There are other items in your house that shouldn't appear in the video, because the focus of the video is going to be the model, the outfit, and the show. It can't be your TV playing in the background, or somebody running in the background, or sofas and other things in the background. So that was the other thing. So we did ask the girls to keep everything less cluttered, and they did send us pictures and videos of the location way before we sent them the clothes. And most of the girls did send us like 2 to 3 options, as to where they want to shoot. They said, would this work out? Would this work out? And we did select the best out of the 2-3 options that each one of them had sent us. Now the next point would be the choreography. Now coming to the choreography. We had to tell the girls as to from where to enter. Now everyone is going to send individual videos that were going to be compiled into a solid video. So we had to tell the girls that either they enter from the right, and then they come, take a pose, exit. They need to exit to the left. So this was another thing. And the thing is, it was very different, because see, when you look at your phone, the right and left is different from when you walk in front of the video as well. That right and left is different as well. So that also needed to be explained to them. Then how many steps they needed to take. Because the thing is, if you didn't describe the steps, imagine a girl who does like 20 steps, and then we have another girl who do like 30 steps. The video is going to look very uneven, because it needs to look cohesive on the whole. It's about the whole collection that is going together. It needs to look like a professional show, because on a ramp there's only this many steps every model is going to take. So that is why when you take a video on a ramp, it's going to look the same. So we had to ensure that this also was important with the choreography that we did. The next thing would be the video. Now, the video, again, the resolution of the video. So we had decided that we would launch this video on our Instagram handles and on our Facebook handles. And because we were doing this, we had to ensure that the videos were shot vertically, because we were going to post them out on IGTV. Because clearly the videos were going to be more than 1 minute. So we did tell the girls to shoot them vertically. Then the next thing was the duration of the video. Now we did give the girls a duration of about 15 to 20 seconds per clip, because again, see, the thing is, we are doing this on social media. We don't want people to come and see the video and just think, oh my god, this is too long, and just swipe up and go to the next post. The most important thing is that we need to get the attention of the people who are watching the video. It should capture them, that they want to sit down and watch the entire video and be a part of the experience that we want to provide them. So the next thing is sample video. So we did get the girls to send us sample videos as well. While they got ready and while they were walking, they did send us sample videos to see if we were all on the same page as well. Now going to the next point, editing. Editing was again done by our team, because as I said, we didn't hire anybody else to do our editing. So it was again, the first step here was getting all the videos from the girls. Now, the thing is, see, all of them, we did instruct all of them to shoot the video in high definition on their phones or whichever camcorder or whatever they had. And the thing is, to get all these videos without them losing the resolution, the clarity was the most important thing. Because imagine you have like 5 videos that is like with very good clarity, and you have 2 videos which is not of good clarity, then it's going to kind of spoil the whole experience. So this was the next most important thing. So we did get a lot of them through WeTransfer. Some of them, didn't have access to WeTransfer. They did send them through, USBs via Dunzo, Genie, and all of that. So once we got all the videos, the next step was to edit and compile the videos. Now, editing and compiling the videos, again, some girls, had their parents or their siblings help them out to shoot the videos in their homes, wherein which, they had to just walk and exit. Wherein some girls did it by themselves. Now, when these girls did it by themselves, they started recording the screen, and then they would kind of exit to the right, and they would come do the walk, and they would exit to the left, and they would run coming, and they would come and stop the video. Now all of this needed to be cut out. We had to make it look very crisp. It had to look like one girl enters, the girl exits, and then immediately the next person enters and the next person exits. It needs to look like it's like on an actual ramp, but of course the jumping of the video from one to another need to also be cohesive. Now, the next point is the music that we used. Now, we had to, again, as I said, it's on social media. It's not a show where people are sitting, on either sides of the ramp, and whatever music you play, people are sitting there, they're going to have to, end up and watch it. This was not the case. It had to be an upbeat, fun kind of music. It needs to make the viewer want to see, oh, wow, this is so cool. This music is so interesting. Let me sit and watch this video. It needed to sound like that. And of course, copyright laws with music. A lot of times I have seen my friends, who have posted videos, or even myself, I posted videos on Instagram. And then in like a couple of hours, you can see that Instagram has kind of taken, the video out because of copyright issues. This is another issue that we had to take in mind, because a lot of music that's available on YouTube, you can't use because they have copyright issues. Another thing we looked into. Now, getting into the creatives. So when we do an event, a fashion show, of course, there's a lot of other marketing strategies that we use. That is to do a poster, for example. And now on the side over here, you guys can see this poster where this girl is kind of looking into the mirror, and she can see her COVID self of herself with the hashtag ramp it up. Now, this is a post. This image where this girl is wearing this beautiful red gown is from my Spring Summer 2020 lookbook shot. And what we decided, so we as a team decided to get a graphic designer on board to do this particular creative. And we had this image of this girl from my lookbook, and I called the same girl did also work for us in the show. So I did call, her name is Mansa. I called her up and said, Mansa, listen, send me an image of you, wearing a ganji top, a palazzo pant with a bag of vegetables and wearing a mask with the same hairstyle. I said, I'm trying to do a mirror image of the same thing. And I think within 10 minutes, she sent me this image, and we kind of want to not show faces. We want to doodle the whole thing. So we got the graphic guy, we added him into our group of virtual fashion show, and we started bombarding him with ideas of let's do this, let's do that, let's do this. And he came up with this, we came up with this amazing concept of this girl who's completely fashion dressed, is kind of looking into the mirror, and she's seeing a COVID self of her with the same hairstyle, with a bag of vegetables in her hand. So this is like this is a concept behind doing this poster. So as I said, this is also very important when you are trying to market something, and this is all online. This needs to keep the viewer wondering what is happening, what is going to happen, what is this all about. Next thing would be media. So as I said, from the beginning of this, social media is where we decided, to launch this. It's a very important and a very huge platform to do this. We had all our videos out in social media. So we started with a teaser, then we gave it a 2-day break with adding posters to it, creating a hype about the whole show, so that all the viewers, all the people who were following our pages were really interested to see what was happening, what is going on, what is Stephin, what is Raji, what is Sunil up to. They were all wondering about what they were up to. So as I said, social media. And the next point would be fashion magazines. We did get in touch with a few fashion magazines. Wedding Vows being one of them did cover us. They did also launch our videos along with us at the same time that we put them out on our Instagram handles as well. Of course, we did get in touch with a lot of print media, newspapers down south, Bombay, radio and TVs to market this whole event for us as well. Now over here, guys, I would like to show you another poster that we have designed as well with the help of our graphic designer. As you can see, there is like, again, a doodled image of me, Raji and Sunil over here. And as you can see, we have kind of placed all of us, kind of 6 meters away from each other. So this is kind of signified that we are socially distancing from each other, but at the same time, we are up to something over here as well. And the next most important thing would be the hashtags that we are using. Now, when you're going to put out something on social media, the way the post gets its maximum kind of reach is if you use the right kind of hashtags, because then the right kind of people are going to see it, and then it is going to be spread around all over the internet. So we did a lot of research of what kind of hashtags we should use, and we decided to name our show Ramp It Up, hashtag Ramp It Up. And along with that, we did use a few other hashtags as well, called social distancing, hashtag the show must go on, hashtag fashion in the time of Corona. So these are a few hashtags that we constantly kept using whenever we posted our videos. Now the other content. Now, apart from just doing the main fashion video, we also wanted to give our viewers content. So to start with, we didn't want to tell everyone that we were doing a fashion show. We want to let out a teaser. We want to put out a video showing that 3 of us are up to something during this lockdown. So I'm by the end of this slide, I'm going to show you guys all these videos, so you guys have an idea. So the first video was a teaser video that we put out, which created a lot of hype. People were asking, what are you guys up to? What's going on? And we didn't want to tell anyone what we were up to, because it was a surprise for all the viewers to kind of find out. So the first thing is that we created a hype about it. The next thing is that we did the whole behind the scenes. Now, behind the scenes is we did ask the girls to shoot individual videos of them while they were getting ready, while they were doing their makeup on, because we want to show what was also happening backstage. And it's not just about putting on show and being done with it. It's also that we want to show the viewers what went behind in making the video, what the girls had to say. Thank you videos from the girls, where the girls were really happy to say that, they were happy to have dressed up for this event, because see, 2.5 months of lockdown, they were all in their houses. They have not gotten a chance to get ready or to go out or to do something, because on a regular day basis, they are like every week they have like a couple of shoots. They are doing like promo videos or something or the other. And all of these girls have been at their homes, just, blogging and doing some kind of stuff. And it was really, they were really happy that they got to do something like this. They all said they were telling us that they kind of have the feeling of getting back to work. Now, other than that, we did ask the girls to give us pictures, long shots and close-up shots of pictures, because we need to use them on social media handles for newspapers and all of that. Now, I'm going to show a couple of media coverage that we got through our event. This is from Hindu Metro Plus, and we have Deccan Chronicle over here. Then we have Indulge New Indian Express, and then we have DT Next over here. Now I would like to discuss about the future of the virtual fashion show. Now, the thing is that, see, what we have done over here, like how I've read in the disclaimer earlier in the beginning of the slide, is that what we have done right now is what we could do within the limitations that we had because of the lockdown, because we couldn't go out and all of that. So this is how we did the show. Now, the thing is, I happened to see London Fashion Week that happened a week back. And see there, I think the lockdown has been lifted and people are allowed to move free. I mean, keeping in mind social distancing and wearing masks and wearing gloves and all of that. So I did happen to see a couple of videos from London Fashion Week. They have made, I think they get everybody in one space, the models, the video people, the studio, everyone in the studio, and a makeup artist. And they do all the preparations for doing a show, and then the models kind of have to walk in the studio, and the video guy kind of takes the entire video and he edits it in such a way that it doesn't even look like one of those videos that you see on fashion TV, where models are walking one after the other and they're exiting. It's not like that. It was just about the garment, the model, and the details of the garment. and and you just see models coming in, you see the garment, and you just see them turning around, and you see the next model coming in. You don't even see them exit. So it is very, and the thing is, these videos are very, very short and very crisp, because see, on a digital platform, it's all about grabbing attention of the people who are watching it, and you can't do a long video and make people want to kind of swipe up and go to the next video. And keeping that in mind, the next thing is FDCI, Lotus India Fashion Week and Lakme Fashion Week. Now, both of these platforms have also announced that they're going to go virtual. So I'm guessing that they're also going to be doing something very similar to what London Fashion Week has done as well. Now, to sum up the whole thing, I would like to say the only permanent thing is change. The world will always change, and unless we adapt, we'll be left behind. So always keep learning and adapting. Thank you, guys. So now I'm going to show you guys the videos that we have done. So you guys get a much better idea as to what has gone behind the whole making. So to start with, I'm going to show you guys a teaser. So guys, I'm going to quickly kind of give you a brief of the teaser. The teaser is basically the first video we put out, for the whole event, kind of telling them that we're up to something, but it's for you all to figure out what we are up to. So guys, this was a teaser that we had released first. So, giving an idea that I'm up to something and I'm packing my clothes and I send it out to somewhere. And then there is Raji Anand doing the same thing, packing out her jewelry and sending out to something. And then Sunil Karthik kind of gets these bags and then he kind of, flings them a bit saying he's up to something different. So this is what we did as a teaser. Now I'm going to show you guys the fashion video that we did, the main event.
Hey, for the past 3 months, all our lives have literally turned upside down. Or, as we fashion industry folks might say, inside out. As we get used to the new normal, we have to think of what it means for people who work in fashion and figure out, what do we do?
Hey everybody, we're all stuck within our homes, cannot go out. Creative people like me must be actually going cuckoo because we need to come together all the time to have some results to our work. So what do we do?
Hey, where are the models? Where are the people whom do we style? What do we do?
What about a show?
A show? A virtual fashion show?
Yes, a virtual fashion show. Let me go get the girls ready.
that is the main event video. Now I'm going to show you the BTS, the behind the scenes that the girls were doing while they were getting ready.
I'm so excited to do this. I'm so excited to get ready, as you can clearly see. So thank you guys for creating this opportunity, and let's go.
So this is the behind the scenes video where the girls were getting ready. Now the last video was the thank you video from all the girls.
Hey, so I am really excited. I've just finished my whole look, and it's so lovely to be able to do some kind of work and get back into the modeling field and get dressed up in some beautiful jewelry and clothes and get my makeup done. So it's been super fun. I think all of the models can agree that it's really nice to get back into some kind of work form. So I just wanted to say a big thank you to Raji and Sunil and Stephin for putting this together and getting us involved. And we hope you guys love the virtual show that we put together for you. Stay home, stay safe.
I think more than anyone else, actors and models are super jobless right now because there's literally nothing happening for us. There is no fashion show, there is no shoot, there's nothing for us to do. So yeah, I am really happy that I got a call from Raji and Stephin. So we're doing this virtual fashion show. So we models, like a bunch of us, I think 10, 12 of us, are going to be wearing Stephin's outfits and Raji's jewelry, and we're doing a fashion show at home. It's done at home, editing is done at home, everything's done indoors, no one went out, no one's going outside at all. So yeah, that's why it's called a virtual fashion show. And I really hope you guys like it because there's a lot of effort put into this, especially by Raji, Stephin and their team. And yeah, I think it's a really great concept, you know, and nobody in India has done this before. This is the first time we Chennai girls are doing it. And yeah, I hope you guys like it.
Hi, I'm Jyoti. I totally love being a part of this virtual fashion show, the first of its kind in Chennai. I just wish the weather was a little better for us to shoot. But anyway, totally loved it. I'm wearing this amazing, easy breezy summery dress from Stephin Lalan, and it's absolutely amazing, lightweight and has pockets. Plus this amazing jewelry from Raji Anand. These are like, wow. So what's there not to love about it? So I enjoyed the whole experience. I hope you like the video.
Hey guys, this is Paloma Rao, and it's been an absolute pleasure and so much fun to be a part of this virtual fashion show. It's super to be able to celebrate art and creativity even during tough times like these. So congratulations and a big thank you to Stephin Lalan and Raji and the entire team for not just being able to pull this off, but for bringing us all together, making us feel connected and uplifting our moods as well. And as always, it's been a pleasure to wear your beautiful pieces. Keep rocking, guys.
So that was the thank you video that we had done as well.
Wow, Stephin, that was wonderful. Wonderful. Come on.
So much.
So exactly, I'm curious to know whose brainchild was that? Is it completely yours? Or was it a teamwork for all three of you?
The brainchild of this idea was mine, and I did, we did we did take opinions from Raji and Sumi as well, but the brainchild, the main idea came from my mind that, let's do something like this different, in the scenario that we had.
It's commendable. I mean, not only did you help yourself launching your collection and doing everything, but also you've given a lot of work to the people around you. Like I saw all the models being so excited.
Exactly.
And special thanks to Raji and Sunil, of course, for being your team, and the accessories, models. They were so excited. And I liked your hashtag show must go on, because everybody came to a standstill and then you took the step. It was amazing. And you were quite methodical while executing this whole plan, because I saw the teaser video, then you're planning, and there's a lot of back end which actually is being done whenever any show is happening.
All this we did in like 1 week.
Oh wow, that was wonderful.
The thing is, I had this idea in my mind, and then I did share it with Raji and Sunil first, and then it did take like that it's like 1 week of full work, where all of us were like on calls and like countless hours of talking and sending voice.
I'm sure. I think all aspects were taken care of beautifully. I mean, I think on anything. And I don't know if you realized or not, but during your this presentation, I found out four C's in your process: communication, coordination, cohesiveness, and creativity.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is wonderful, because I found
this slide. Brilliant.
Yeah, this was amazing. I'm super impressed. Okay, so now let's take up some.
Definitely, sure. I can't hear you. I can't hear you now. I think you muted yourself.
Auto mute happening with me. Okay, yeah. So I think Drishan Wij, one of our attendees, is super impressed by you. He sent us some bunch of questions for you. So the first one is, greetings, Stephin. My question is, what will be the challenges faced by the fashion retailers post COVID-19?
So I think the main issue right now what happened is in Chennai, for the matter, in the month of May, we were opened. A few stores were open. The thing is that we supply to the store called Malgadi, which is a multi-designer store here. And what I heard from is that there's only been one walk-in in the whole of the month. So the thing is that although, the government is relaxing the rules, people are not willing to go out and go buy something, because the thing is, our clothes are not actually a necessity. It's fashion and it's not a necessity.
Exactly.
People are not really going out and buying. And I think what is going to happen is a lot of retailers are going to have to go on discount, because clearly the spring summer 2020 from all the designers are sitting in the stores because they were shut for 3 months all over the country. So I think that everyone is going to go, give out like really interesting, great discounts that people actually end up picking them up.
Yes. True.
So
Okay. How local craftsmen or weavers and tailors do you think work at this prevailing situation, as far as they are actually the people who make our clothes? They do the things for us. So how are they surviving?
Definitely. See, for them, it is the most difficult, because given the fact that a lot of these big fashion companies, have at least hire like hundreds to thousands of people, of tailors, karigars and masters and all of that. And thing is that they clearly, right now with, it's going to start to open up slowly. Every company is taking steps to sanitize every day, to keep more labor, to clean the premises every now and then, to sanitize, to wear gloves while, tailoring, all of this. A lot of these health measures are also taken into consideration, and a lot of stores that I've seen recently around the country that they have opened up, they have said that we are taking all health measures into consideration, that we are opening right now. It's completely safe. Please come shop with us. All the garments are steam pressed. They're using disinfectants to, disinfect the entire store.
Yes.
So I think that is a new normal that we are facing right now. And it is really, it's not a very comfortable, easy kind of going normal. It's a difficult kind of normal where, I remember, I think 3 weeks back, I went out to purchase some fabric. I had to wear masks. It's a necessity now, we have to, and I had to wear gloves. And it's not, going to a store and then, going and picking out fabrics, you can't even feel the fall of the fabric. You don't know how the fabric is, because you're wearing gloves. And then it's really hot. You have like 10 outfits to pick, 10 fabric to pick. You're done by the second or third because you're really sweating in the store. And there are only few people allowed in the store. So all these new limitations have come into place. And this is a new normal, I think, till whenever they find a vaccine or whenever they find a solution for COVID. So And these are the challenges, but I think, as we are slowly starting to open city by city, definitely people, companies, organizations are taking all these health measures into consideration, and they're going to make it a safe space for the buyer as well as the people involved in making our clothes.
Correct. That's well said. What's your opinion regarding the sustainable fashion in this industry?
Cool. So sustainable fashion is something that is, gaining much popularity right now. I mean, right now, especially given the fact that people are all sitting at their homes and thinking what kind of brands they want to associate with. Do we buy clothes from, fast fashion moving brands, or do we do from, eco-friendly brands where there is less wastage, where the fabrics are sourced within the country, where they are actually employing artisans, where they're giving work to, traditional crafts and all of that. So it's really important. And we ourselves, I mean, even with our collection that we've done right now, we've tried to, cut, using of excess fabric. We've tried to patronize fabrics and, use fabrics in all sort of ways to minimize wastage. And I think sustainable fashion is going to be the next thing that is going to happen everywhere, because I think nowadays buyers are really considerate of about what brand they want to associate with.
True. Okay. Now, what are the criteria to select the models?
I think I just said that. So the criteria, see, for me, because this was a virtual show where we were not meeting people, we were not meeting the girls, is why we had to, pick up girls, because there are a lot of stunning girls, who don't know how to do their makeup, because generally what happens is these girls, they come to the set to do the show, they just come and they sit there, and then there is a makeup artist doing a brilliant job, and they're off to the ramp. Now, not all girls, sit and do this by themselves. So I think for us, the issue was that we had to see that, the makeup, they should know how to walk. They need to know how to do their videos, because all is impacted in the final outcome of the video.
Yes. Okay. How has the present situation affected the fashion industry? Okay.
I think we've
just
discussed. Yeah. So whatever we've discussed right now.
Yeah. Can you share the process of getting the collection done, like the idea, sketching, getting the sample done?
Correct. So what I did first is I did a lot of research. First, so this is my spring summer 2020 line that we launched from January itself. So which means I started preparing this collection from last year. In end of July, I started preparing this collection. As in, by end of July, I had done sketches. I had done at least about 50 to 60 sketches. And this was the first time we've done a complete Western line. So the thing is, what I had to see is that what the market was offering, what women wanted to buy. And the thing is, we ensured that our clothes were all, cut in a specific way that they fall really well, that they are comfortable for the wear, and they drape really well. That's the most important thing, because when you're doing a particular bodycon dress, it needs to fit the particular person. Now for us, we wanted all women to try our clothes. Now my clothes is not going to be limited for someone who's 18. Someone who is at 50 or 60 also can still wear it, because it's cut a certain way, it falls a certain way, it drapes well. So that was the most important factor when I did this collection, which I think is going to be the base of the brand from here now, because this is what we want to cater to. Now, of course, the idea was about freedom of movement, about how I love it when the fabric kind of moves when you're walking. The outfit has its own movement, as you can see in the ramp. It has its own movement, and we added pockets to all the garments, so it's really comfortable for the buyer, the end user who's going to wear it. They can store their accessories, whatever. And so getting the sample done, again, we did do a lot of samples with my tailors. We tried them. We got a model to the unit. We got her to try the clothes to see, put them on a dress form to see how it would fall, about the movement, all of this. And there were a lot of trial and error methods, a lot of brown paper cuttings that we had done initially that had to be altered a lot throughout. And for every style that we have done a base in brown paper, so that the thing is, see, once we do the basic style, we always have to make like small, medium, large, XL, and we have to always size grade them. So we have like base patterns that we kept size grading. So first thing was to do those 10 styles to the way that I've sketched, to the way that I've envisioned, to have to finish that first, and then we did size grade them, and we did make it into the bigger collection that is right now.
Okay, so next question is, Is it necessary for Indian designers to be globally accepted?
Yes, I think definitely it is necessary for Indian designers to be globally, recognized, because I think we have a complete different set of art and craft that is not there in the is very different from the Western sensibilities. Our embroideries are really different. Of course, our Zardozi, everything is being used by big houses like Chanel, Dior, and all of them. But the thing is, they have a very westernized kind of way. We have the Mughal, we have all those, we have a mix of the Turkish, the Mughal, and all of those inspired kind of embroideries happening in our country. And I think we are very diverse that way. And I think it's very important for Indian brands also to, be recognized on an international platform.
True. Okay, so what was the approximate cost involved for conduct this whole fashion show?
Okay,
What is
so
it?
it's basically the main cost we had was just sending the garments to the girls. That is just done doing. See, I think it would cost about what, $50 to $100 per person, or maybe 200 at the max, depending on how far they live. So the main cost was just getting the garments sent, getting the jewelry sent out to stylist place, getting them all done from one place to the other, and coordinating. That was the main cost thing that we involved. Other than that, we did get a graphic designer on board who as was a friend who helped us by designing a couple of creatives. There was no other expense involved as such, and I did the editing for all the videos myself using iMovie. So there's not pretty much that kind of costs involved.
Okay. Would you consider making unisex clothes?
Yes, we do. We do menswear as well. We do menswear and women's wear both. In fact, we do even festive wear as well. You guys must check out our Instagram. It's Stephin Lalan Official. Please go check it out. All the videos, all our previous posts would show what kind of clothes we do. This is our Western line of clothes that we have shown, which is Spring Summer 2020. We have also done Spring Summer 2020, which is a collection of saris fully ruffled and all of that. Which is in stores right now. So please check out our page. You'll be able to see all our outfits.
How do you forecast before your collection? How do you do your research?
So research-wise, what I do is I go to Google. I check out what's happening in Paris, what's happening in New York, what's happening in London, what are people doing in their seasons. And the thing is, it's not about what they are doing and just copying that into our market, because that may not work for the Indian market. The most important thing is to just go and see what kind of detail or what kind of design that we can take. We can be inspired from. We take that in mind, and then we do a complete different style with that will sell in our country, that our people will like. That is what makes every brand unique, every brand different from other brand. So I mean, I don't know if I can actually maybe show just one of the example.
Yeah.
See, for example, I think last year there was Siriano who did Christian Siriano who did a complete collection with ruffles. Like, he's done ruffled gowns, and he did like this really big collection about fully ruffles, like ruffled gowns, like really a lot of tulle they have used. So inspired by that is what we have done our Spring Summer 2020 festive wear line, which I'm just going to show you, are these sarees that you can see here, which has ruffles all over. But then we have converted them in such a way that it's going to work with our Indian market. As you can see here, we've used ruffles all over the saree with very subtle embroidery here and there to kind of give effect that we wanted. This is an example to show you guys. Like that.
Yeah.
So all of these, if you can see, it's just ruffles, and we've used them on saris, and it is given a complete different look, as to what a sari could be, and it's very different from what a regular sari will be. It's a very cocktail, different, style kind of thing that we have done. Cool, I'm done. You can ask me the next question.
Okay, so Reshika has asked me a question. What happens when the next collection you make consists of fitted garments? Okay, I'll just reframe it for you. So probably, do you think that this is a restriction which virtual fashion show is, because you can't do much of handling of the garments or alterations
So see, as I said again, see, for us, because of the lockdown was the restriction. Now see, at London Fashion Week, everybody is in one space. Everybody has gone to the studio to do the video. Everyone there, there is going to be a tailor. There's going to be someone who's going to do your fittings. Everything is going to be taken care of. But keeping in mind that, everyone is safe, everyone is masked, everyone is wearing gloves, everyone is sanitized as they enter the venue, as they leave the venue. All of this is taken care of. So obviously, it won't be that much of a challenge for them. But for us, as I said, since my clothes are of this genre, it wasn't much of a challenge for me.
Yeah. So do you think that the ambience did justice to your garments?
See, the thing is that, as I said, see, everyone can improvise and do a lot of different things. We did what we could do within the best of our limitations. And the thing is, see, the girls did send us a lot of options as to where they want to shoot, where they want to do. And we did select what would work the best with our clothes. And this is what we could do with our limitation. But then see, guys, this is what has happened to us for me, hard times. Now for you, you never know what's going to happen in your times. You guys may be able to do something much better, much different. It's going to be different. Everyone's thought process, how they execute things is going to be definitely different from what we have done or what others are doing. It's going to be different. It's going to vary from person to person.
Yeah. What was the virtual show a success in terms of business generation?
Business generation, yes, we did get a lot of, this did help in getting a lot of visibility. A lot of people started following us. A lot of people reshared. A lot of our friends reshared this video. Celebrities reshared this video. It was all over the place. So it definitely did create the hype, as in, there are brands like this who's doing something different, and they've done something very different from what other people are doing. Business-wise, yes, we did get a couple of orders, but other than that, this is all about doing something different for creative people like us, who've been just stuck at home doing nothing. So it's all about the experience of giving everyone something different, to watch something fun, to kind of show this could be the future of what fashion is in the time of COVID.
Yes. Okay. Now we will just take a couple of last questions. So as a designer, were you 100% satisfied with the output, or you made certain compromises in this process?
See, with the designer, you ask any designer, they're never going to be happy with whatever show they do. They're all, because the thing is, there's always room for improvement. There is always, because that is what happens. Like when you do a collection, your next collection is going to be way better than your previous collection, because you know what mistakes, where you have gone wrong, what you could correct, fabric wise, fit wise, cut wise, everything, price wise, everything. See, right now what I feel is, whatever we're going to launch in the next season needs to be a very cost effective product for the designer as well as the buyer, because people are not going to just go and spend 20,000 to buy an outfit. They don't want to spend. They're really going to look at how much they want to spend. Is it worth, how many wears can they get out of it? Is it a statement piece? All this they're going to look at as well.
Do sustainable fashion result in minimalist trends?
It will. See, the thing is, there are people who are taking it to two different extremes. There are, there are people who are, doing sustainable fashion in very, very minimal kind of styles as well. But at the same time, there are people who have taken it a notch up. They have, gone ahead and done so much of other design details to it that you cut one garment, you get so much of wastage, you use that in the next garment, you add that as a color detail. And then in the end, you get like 5 different garments, who have like different color scheme in it, but then there's no fabric wastage. So it all depends upon the brand, upon the designer who is, the creative director who wants to bring about the difference that they want to bring in their clothes. It all depends on person to person.
Yeah. And I think this last question has for sure come from some student. Do you accept interns?
Not in the current scenario. Yeah, we do accept interns. We do accept interns, but in Chennai. So yeah, we do accept, but not right now because we're still not functioning because of the scenario here right now.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much, Stephin. It was a wonderful session. Lots to learn, and I think it was great initiative for you to get in a lot of people under the same roof virtually and work for the cause. And there were a lot of questions which I have left, which were actually covered up during your presentation. So since this will be uploaded on our social media, please go visit us and you'll get all your answers.
Yes.
So thanks, Stephin, for sparing time for us.
Thank you so much. Again, I would like to give a
Yeah, I will not spare you. We will definitely associate with you for the future endeavors for the college.
looking forward to. Looking forward to.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you once again, Vogue Institute of Art and Design, for having me, for having a prestigious event to be showcased here, to reach out to so many more people, to show what we have done. Really a big heartfelt thank you from all of us, from the entire team, the models, from Raji, from Sunil, and from me. A big thank you to you all.
Thank you so much. It was our pleasure completely. Thank you, our attendees, for attending. I'm sure you've taken lots from today. Please join in for tomorrow's session 2, again, 11 a.m. And Stephin, please keep in touch and we'll definitely associate with you in future.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.